Hey, what's going on, guys? This is my first repair video ever of all time. Uh, this is a full teardown of a HP Pavilion. I don't even know that it's a Pavilion. It's HP bs115dx. As you can see, the corner of the back LCD cover is cracked. So when you open it, yeah, they get a lot of bend on the LCD screen, so potential for cracking. So this is my mom's laptop, by the way, so we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed. And while we're at it, we are going to replace the SSD that's already in here. Throw a Samsung Evo in. You'll have to forgive my recording. This is the first video I've ever done, if I didn't say that already. So yeah, go ahead, pull the battery out. Make sure you're grounded. You can see I'm using a anti-static mat, and I'm using a wrap. It's just around my ankle. So to start, you gotta pull the bottom cover off. The motherboard and everything is mounted on the bottom of the keyboard, or the underside. So there's two screws under the battery. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws. 10 Phillips boys. As you can see, that one screw that's not in the middle, but that one's for the CD tray. So yep. You got 4 under the rubber feet. One each under of the rubber feet. Yep, and then one in the front right there. And once you got all the screws out, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, you get the idea. Don't judge me for how I do things, please. Or if you do, be nice about it. Or be mean about it, I don't really care. You don't hurt my feelings. Then yeah, open it up, and then get a spudger or whatever you have, and start going along, and I don't want to say pry, but just gently lift up, and I stick my spudger in there and I kind of just twist it back and forth, and it pops, locks, and drops it. Yeah, and then it'll come right up. And then, yeah, like I said, the bottom cover is connected. Or, yeah, there you see. Alright. So, get right to it, start tearing it. Yeah, this is a full tear down, pretty much. So I hop right to it, start unplugging stuff from the motherboard. Bow. That is for the charger port, LCD display. It's taped on, so yeah, you see how I kind of just get in under there gently. Yeah, you don't want to pull on this because it rips so easily. I've done it. I've ripped, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them in my time, which has not been very long. So yeah, I start working right at the LCD brackets. There's 2 screws, and then there's 1, which I missed. I'll go back and get it. 1, 2, and then there's the 3rd one. Yep, going back to get that other one. And then, yep, this 3rd screw is holding on the CPU fan. Once you unscrew that, it'll come right off. Unplug that. Wow, that's done. We'll go ahead and get this heatsink off. Don't judge me for how much thermal paste you're about to see. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just go through, look at everything. Double check your work, triple check your work. That's disconnected. So now we just have that. And I'm going to go ahead and get the motherboard pulled out. Oh, and this is, if you're wanting to know how to do the DC port, this is how you gotta pull the yeah, you gotta yank the screen off pretty much to get at it. And this is the hard drive, obviously. Pull that out. Just 2 screws with a little bracket. Swappy swap. And yeah, start hitting these ribbon cables. Be very gentle when you open these. So yeah, I switch to my spudger, and then clamp them right back down right after you pull it. Doop, boop. You do not want to leave those on. You just want to close them as soon as. You don't want to leave them open, basically. They will break very easily. You know, just make sure you got all of them too. It doesn't hurt to triple check your work. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes, that's right. Be careful where you set your parts. I set that on the ground next to my chair and I rolled over it, crumpled it. But anyway, 6. Yep. Okay, so 6 screws. That's out. I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up, get the old thermal paste off. Bow, transition, dog. What's up? Yeah, I went ahead with the paintbrush, dusted it off because it needed it really bad. Yeah, that's my mom's laptop. She needs to take better care of it. Go ahead and get this all cleaned up, nice and shiny. You do a mighty fine job. Wow, who is this guy? So yeah, I wouldn't use a paper towel on a CPU, but I'll use it on a heatsink any day. yeah, I went to Cleaning Town, dog. I wonder if that's like a thing, ASMR, but with watching somebody clean. Yeah, nothing fancy here, just getting it all cleaned up. Just be gentle with the things you do. These are fragile pieces. Rubbing alcohol is your best friend. I took some of the parts outside and I used a compressor with a little blowgun, blowed them out. Nothing electrical, just like the casings and stuff, and the fan, heat sink. But obviously it's not gonna get like the dust that's like attached to the surface. Clinging on for dear life. So that's done. Let's see what's next. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna get this cleaned up a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and put the motherboard back in. Yeah, doggy. See, I strapped up there. So can anybody tell me, is that like, does it, when you use a grounding or anti-static wrap, can you use it around your ankle? Or does that not work? So yep, just gonna get it right back in. Yeah, so 7 screws from the motherboard. And then yeah, start hitting your ribbon cables. Be gentle. Be gentle with the little clippies, because they'll breaky. And you'll be sore. Because those are not something that can be replaced. Or maybe they can. But not by conventional means. Just take a spudger, get in there. If you don't have the right tools, get the right tools. It's not worth trying to fix something if you do not have the right tools. Like, oh, I'll make it work. Like, eh. Some things you can make work, but I don't know, when you're working with delicate stuff like this, it's better to have the right tools for the job. So yep, get the hard drive put in. And I'm using a screw sorter, sorting on my screws. Make sure you do that. Throw the DC jack port in. So the worst thing about doing any laptop really is having to run the cords back. Like when you taking it apart is easy, but having to run the cords back, that's kind of a pain in the keister. memory. So yeah, if you want to upgrade the memory, you can do that. So yeah, if you want to upgrade the memory and the hard drive, that's really easy. You just got to pop that back cover off, or the bottom cover. So now we'll go ahead and get this heatsink back on. Throw some fresh thermi paste. Let me know if it's too much, if it's not enough. I like to play with my food before I eat it. I'm using the MX4 thermal paste, if you're wondering. And as you can see, they're numbered, so obviously tighten them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty self-explanatory. Once you've taken one laptop apart, you've pretty much taken all laptops apart. So you'll see that I put the screen back on, but later in the video, we'll do the screen tear down, because I have to replace the back cover. I was having the hardest time getting this fan back in, and then I realized that I needed the LCD screen. You'll see my struggle here. I'm like, huh? What the shit? I'm like trying to force it down, like just get it in there. Spit on it. And then I'm like, oh, I need that LCD screen. I'm an a-hole. Then it dawned on me, like, oh, I probably need that screen though. So yep, just be careful running your wires back through. Like I said, this is a pain in the keister. Literally the most difficult part is just running the wires back correctly and nicely. They don't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure you're not smushing them. You'll see my struggle here. It's real. And a lot of it's just trial and error. The best thing you can do is not get frustrated, even though it's extremely frustrating when it won't go back the way you need it to. But we'll get there, you'll see. So yeah, they don't run under the bracket, they run over. That was my mistake. I'm a fool. It was a rookie mistake. And those brackets are extremely hard to open and close when they're not actually attached to something. I had to pray to Jesus there for a quick second to give me the strength to not destroy this computer. So yeah, get your cables all put back. Be careful with this LCD ribbon cable. It rips very easily. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, I took a quick break here. Had to go out and get in a street fight real quick. Make myself feel better. I lost. It was horrible. And I came back like with the eye of the tiger. Run your wires carefully. Double check your work, triple check. Get your screws back in. That antenna cable can be a little not nice word. Triple check your work. What did I miss there, guys? Can you tell me? I'm gonna feel real silly here in a few seconds. Like, here we go again. You get it? Like CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? Aw, shit, here we go again. I quickly realized my mistake, like, aw, shit, here we go again. If you didn't catch that, I forgot to put the screws for the other bracket on. I'm nervous. I was nervous. I was under a lot of pressure trying to record this and do this at the same time. If anybody has any pointers, that would be great. I love you long time. So yeah, once those screws are back in, tighten, yeah, make sure they're all tight. Because those can come loose and that's how that breaks. So yeah, Bob's your uncle. Go around, snap all the little snappies back into place. Make sure it's good. Snug as a bug. Get your screws back in. So yeah, the laptop is done at this point, but I still have the screen portion coming up here. So here's the LCD screen portion. As you can tell, it's really dirty. It's really simple. Well, it's simple, but it's really hard. The hardest part is when you do the transfer, putting the wires back the way they need to go, so you're not pinching or anything, and so the bezel will snap back into place properly. So yeah, get yourself a spudger, and then yeah, just find an opening, get in there, start unclasping the claspies. Work your way all the way around. And boom, it's done. So you'll notice that when I'm doing this, that I do some unnecessary things. So yeah, there's 2 screws. So each bracket has 2 screws at the top, and then 1 screw at the bottom. Oh, actually 2 screws, because 1 screw is holding on the hinge bezel or the hinge cover. Oh, and then yeah, there's 2 more screws, so three screws. So yeah, 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom, plus 1 holding on the bezel or the LCD hinge cover. Like I said, you'll see that I'm doing unnecessary things. I'm cleaning the back LCD cover when I don't need to, when I'm going to be pulling this out anyways. Yeah, I'm a goofy guy. It's my first time, if you couldn't tell. Sorry. Don't know why I'm even cleaning this right now. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to put the new hinge in. As you can tell, I'm a big dummy. You dummy. That's the part that goes to the bottom. At some point, I'll realize that I still have to pull the whole thing out. It'll come to me, don't worry. I could edit this out, but I'm not going to, because I don't feel like it. little pesky screw. Alright, I'll resume commentary when I realize what I'm doing. So I'm pretty sure this is where, yeah. So I don't know if this is where exactly I realized that I need to pull the entire LCD out. Yeah, I guess it has to be. I love the way my brain works sometimes. Yep, this is where I realized it. So yeah, there's a screw holding on the hinge cover. Remove the screw, remove the cover, and then you'll have access to the screws that are holding on the actual bracket. Like I said, the toughest part is working the cable all the way back around. You'll see when I pull it apart, you'll see the... So yep, start working out your wires. You may want to, I don't know, like grab a hair dryer or something. If you have a heat gun, that works too. But you'll see when I'm working my way up, I run into... What's coming up here? Yep, right here. So yeah, you want to heat this up a little bit. It's on there, like, I didn't want to even attempt to pull it off, so I just went out, heated it up a little bit, and it came right off. And then the webcam pops out, it's held on by adhesive. That comes off very easily, like, yeah. So then you'll have to unhook everything. At this point I realized that, yep. So yeah, this is the new back cover, and now I'm going to go ahead and get everything worked back in. You'll be able to tell very easily that this is a little bit challenging. Should have started at the top and then worked my way down. Patience is the key. Don't get defeated. Don't let the electronic defeat you. You're a human. This is an electronic device. You're smarter than the electronic. Well, it's debatable for some. So yeah, should have started at the top, worked your way down. Make sure everything's sitting in there nice. You'll see that I struggled here for a good while trying to get this thing back into place. It just, they wanted to not be good to me. I fiddled with it, not like I should have just been good with it, because I need it to be perfect. Okay? So yeah, then we'll put the... You'll see I'm trying to put the wrong side on, or the wrong end. Funny. Yeah, you gotta watch your screws. The one at the top holds on the LCD. Learn from my mistakes. This is why I want to show you. so you can do what I not do what I did. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, just double check your work, make sure everything's good. So these hinge covers, the screw hole, it's very delicate. Like, I broke both the little screw holes, but I mean, they still sat in place, so. Fiddled with it for a good second. Just give it a little slap and tickle. I'm such a nincompoop, dude. Put your screws back. Hinge cover. Maybe just skip putting the screws back in for that, because really is no point. Oh, alright. So yeah. So now I'm cleaning up the screen before I put back on the bezel. Take pride in what you do. So yeah, now I'm going to go around the entire edge. Get up all this sticky stuff. You know, don't be scared to put in that little bit of extra work. Even if it really doesn't mean anything, it means something to you. Yeah, and then just buff it. I'm buffing it out, making it look nice and not fingerprinty. I really putting that extra work on this screen. Tell me I don't do a good job. Tell me I don't. I'm just kidding. Please don't tell me that. And then yeah, go ahead, pop the bezel back on. Snap it back into place. Really easy. Make sure that it all snaps back in. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching.